so we're gonna make a pretty easy lentil bolognese. We're gonna spiralize some of our own zucchini using the spiralizer. It's a nice good brick of cooked lentils. Some really nice pasta sauces that I really like. So I like to make it like a kale lentil. Any way I can mix in any extra greens is great. Some left over so that they get used and there's no waste, and we're gonna add it into our pasta sauce. I go all around the outside. It's almost like a square. So it's just gonna be like a fine chop on each side, and then I'll just add it to the pot. So I like to start off by chopping the end off. I normally do about 2 zucchinis per person. Keep a good push and keep diving it straight in. Yeah, pressure. Notice as you're doing it, the inside part, the one with all the seeds, that's what we're gonna end up pulling out because it just gets really soggy and it's where most of the water is. Get some that look like they're just kind of mostly green skin. I'll pull those ones out. I'll pull the really soft ones that you can tell just look really mushy. They have all the skin. Want like the good strong noodle. Just gonna take a knife and cut right through the middle. If you don't want to waste all this, is I might blend this up for a soup. Break them apart, put them into the sauce. Since we're doing a smaller amount, I'm only gonna use half a bag. You can freeze these. I would put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the freezer until the next time you need to use it. I'll traditionally grab about a handful. This is already nice and chopped, which I do like about that. I just wanna go through, actually most of these stems aren't pretty bad. I just really don't like big crunchy stems, so I'll just go through and pull off what I can find. I might do 1 or 2 more chops. I'm just gonna add this all in. Trader Joe's garlic. I'm gonna put a spoonful of that in there. Good heap, I think, with pasta sauce. Any vegetables that you have left over, if you have carrots left over, if you want to dice those really small as well, they'll go really good in here. Butternut squash, really anything. And you don't have to do this super blended. If there's chunks in it, I like to leave it a little rustic, and we'll just go ahead. I actually think I might, instead of blending these tomatoes, I'm just gonna chop them up and put some chunky tomato in there as well. So this will probably feed 3 people.
3?
It's gonna cook down a lot.
Like a third?
Yeah. This is gonna cook down quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and add these tomatoes to our sauce. Beautiful. See, we just took like a regular store-bought pasta sauce and made it a beautiful chunky kale, lentil, red pepper sauce. I'm just gonna put a little lemon juice and a little salt onto the zucchini. It's just gonna give it a really nice flavor underneath. And if it is easier for you to, sometimes if I'm doing a lot of lemon stuff, I might just buy a bottle of lemon juice, might be easier. I wouldn't cook the zucchini the night before. I put a little bit of water in the bottom of a bowl and with a lid and like microwave them that way, kind of steam them. I would bake it by itself and I would heat up the sauce and then put them together. Yeah. And I was saying like do it on a higher heat just because it will leak water and you don't want, you might even still have to drain it. Sometimes I'll take it out of here and I'll, like I did with the mushrooms, I'll just lay it on some paper towels and allow it to soak up most of the water. And these cook really quick. And you don't have to cook it all the way. That's the great thing with this. You can leave it pretty much, you can do halfway cooked. Just get a good fry on it so that it's softened a little. And you can tell when it started to soften, it kind of changes color, becomes a little translucent. And honestly, with the heat of the pasta sauce, you really don't need to cook these all the way. They're actually better when they have a little bit of a crunch to them, yeah. See all that water? Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure before you go to serve these that you're draining them as much as possible. So I'll just take a fork, create a nice big piece that can come out like this. We've kind of piled it up just by using the fork. And then I do like to use a slotted spoon just to get some of the chunkier stuff. And go all around the sides. And then I'll just go ahead and like wipe the sides of the bowl when I'm done.
I like that.
Just like
I've never heard
this.
that before. That's so different. So smart. You lose the beauty of the spiral.
Yeah.
Then you're not covering up the zoodles.
Yeah, so we're just gonna top off this pasta with a little bit of the nutritional yeast. If you don't have any of the vegan Parmesan, this is a really great substitute to have on hand. All right, now we're gonna top off with the garlic and herb sesame mix. So we'll just give a sprinkle, micro herbs on top. You've just got a beautiful little zucchini noodle pomodoro.